Oh, introduce STC. I have to swap the scores around.
Alright, down in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, it is coL's own, the STC, currently up 1-0 in this first series here at the ESL EMS.
Oh, wait.
If you want to learn more about him, you can follow him here at coL_the STC.
I did have the scores right. I just totally derped. So now it's all good. Alright. And his opponent in the top right corner of the map. Down one in this Rifkin Terribly Can't Do Technology series. It is Playing for Property. Snuffe BB2. Make fun of my Twitter here at property Snuffe BB2.
Alright.
And because it's obligatory, shoutouts to Complexity's Ryan at coL_RyanR. You can go find him. I don't know what he does, but have fun with that. Meanwhile, STC putting down that supply depot in base with a very low SCV count, Panda.
I expect
yep, there it is.
See, some Reaper play. But, I mean, we already have Snuffe looking for this. He knows.
Well, the other...
He knows that the STC does have that... Oh no!
Oh no, he was going there for a second and pulls back at the last second. But the one thing I do want to point out...
By the STC, actually.
Like, the classic, I don't know how you want to phrase it, 8-8 Reaper abuse can be shut down. I've seen plenty of players deal with this quite effectively without losing a lot of their units. Now,
this is most likely going to be 1 racks. So he's going for a 9 racks and a 9 gas, and then continuing SCV production. He will follow us up with Widow Mines, but this initial Reaper...
It's going to get in here before anything on the field can deal with it. There'll be no queens. Spawning pool hasn't started yet. I mean, this is... He's going to have free reign to micro his heart out, and will Snuffe panic is going to be the big question.
Just look at the drone pathing. He has looked everywhere
he
for
has.
proxies, except...
And he's going to come in here and be like, oh, come on, what? I looked everywhere, man. Actually, checking the Zerg vision, yeah, you guys can see from his vision point, he has looked absolutely everywhere, except the one location. I don't know if you want to call him lucky or skillful, but STC is maniacal and evil, I think, to say the least.
And we do have gas coming down here for Snuffe, so he does look to...
he knows he wants that speed. Okay, drones can...
Immediate pull, yeah.
Yeah, they
can
know
what's up.
But I mean, even taking this bunker down, it only does so much and goes so far when you have a Reaper that can outrun everything on the field. I mean, Zerglings on creep still can't even keep up with him.
This is like a safe little hideaway. It's not necessarily... He's not committed in this to kill a hatchery or anything. It's a nice thing to have.
He wants somewhere the Reaper can go to heal, basically, once the Queen's out on the map. Once the Zerglings are out. And, oh man, poor Snuffe, forced to pull work, because he knows he's going to lose quite a few to this. I mean, the Reaper has very low damage, but...
and the bunker finishes up, too.
Oh no, it's combat drugs kicking in as well. Natural hatchery is up, but I mean, it can't really do too much. Reaper almost getting caught in the drones.
Very close.
That was very close indeed.
Unfortunately for a Zerg player too, only 12 gas has been mined, and he cannot afford to continue to mine gas from that location.
Oh, he does trap one of the Reapers though.
Very nicely done.
Absolutely. I mean, doubling the DPS, or rather cutting the DPS in half of the STC doesn't seem like much right now, but it's absolutely critical while you're trying to get that Queen out. It's the difference between a couple workers lost and a lot of workers lost. 3 have been picked off at this point in the game, several very low. STC with so micro going to try and get another one, but no, will be driven back. Queen is now out, and he can actually start to defend this.
Yeah. And here we have the factory completing at the moment, should continue with Widow Mine production.
Enough Zerglings have been forced and enough workers have been picked off, though the STC does currently have a worker lead.
Yeah.
I mean, how many? That's 8, 9, 10 Zerglings, whatever, on the field right now. Queen as well, going to take a bit of damage.
Yeah, and the second Queen isn't even out. Nice micro there by the STC.
And this is what's kind of frustrating is the Reapers, they trade cost effectively versus everything the Zerg player has. Queen, while it's big, buff, beefy, and nice, it still can't contend with it. The bunker does actually get killed, but so does the Queen, and it's, oh, that's really going to hurt Snuffe.
Yeah, it's not the greatest trade in the world. Keep in mind, guys, the lag from Korea to EU is really, really bad.
I mean, bunker going down a side, we see resources lost similar, but I mean, STC has caused so much more damage to the Zerg player. Because you kill a Queen, you kill the larva production, you're going to stint the amount of units that can be on the field. He's killed a lot of workers as well. I mean, 3 in the early game is pretty huge. Going to continue to harass these Zerglings playing up and down with this, and a Hellion follow-up as well.
Yeah.
I love this because, of course, the Reapers... Well, the Reapers are going to soak a lot of the damage for the Hellions. We've seen players go for Reaper Hellion play several times in the past. But this is some...
He follows up with Widow Mines.
This is some just absolutely ridiculous control here out of STC, as unfortunately Snuffball is trying desperately to stay in this, but he's taking so much damage that he just can't quite deal with. Speed now on the way, but until that speed is out, he doesn't want to be forced to make a spy crawl, and he can't afford to deal with anything else. And
Yeah.
oh my
we do have
gosh.
2 queens out at the moment. One just barely getting enough energy to transfuse, but unfortunately goes down before he hits that 50 energy.
Now we do have a Starport follow this up. I mean, STC, if he goes through or Banshees behind this, I mean, what can Snuff even do? There's just no queens on the field.
Consistent drone production too. He hasn't made a drone in so long. He's sitting at 18 right now to his opponent's 24.
That's not actually going to be for Banshees, will be for Medivacs. Alright, so he's going to go for some drop. I'm imagining with those Widow Mines that have been produced recently. These Hellions are really darn low though, he's got to be careful. I mean, you don't want to lose them, but the Widow Mine should be able to seal the deal on this Queen. Or at least get a lot of Zerglings if not careful.
They're so low.
These guys, man, how many kills do they each have?
Boost is finishing in 20 seconds as well, so we do need to keep that in mind.
They have a combined 6 HP, Panda. That's so much health is left on these Hellions. But looking back over the STC, with this natural up and running, with a 3rd CC on the way, and already has his tech through Starport out on the field, he's looking to be in such a good position for the rest of this game, regardless of how well Snuffball recovers.
Yeah.
I do like this though, with the Spore Crawler out, he has the detection required to deal with Widow Mine, so he's not going to be caught off guard. If Widow Mine drop does happen in the natural or the main, he can just move the Spore Crawler around and get that detect up, but oh no. 2 Widow Mines coming, the Spore Crawler out of position. He sees this. Snuffball absolutely sees this, but he's moving out. Oh, Panda, this is not good. Widow Mine does come down, but I like his choice to evacuate.
The Queens are in position. The Spore Crawler is moving back. He does need to be careful to not engage with those
in the
Queens,
main.
though.
In the main, Panda, there's no detection and the drones aren't being pulled. And oh my god, 8 kills. Meanwhile, Zergling is actually quite offensive here at STC's base. He has put so much forward, he has nothing at home to defend. He's going to be forced to sacrifice this, lift off, and, well, quite frankly, I don't know what he can do at the moment. That Commander is so close to completing as well. Talk about heartbreaking.
There is a Widow Mine out. It does get deployed in time, but you're right, that's so close to completion.
Ooh, nice hit with that Widow Mine, but there's still a lot of Zerglings left remaining. Meanwhile, the drop in the main finally getting cleared. No, the Widow Mine getting 21 kills now! Yeah. And getting saved with the medevac. I can't believe the amount of damage that one single Widow Mine has done. Zergling's going to try and get in here, but I think STC's actually secured himself at home. If he can lift the supply depot, he will be fine.
Unfortunately, at the cost of a Viking, though.
Well, the necessity of the Viking is he's going to clean up the Overlords, which will be nice, but he's still got another one on the field, so he can still do that. It's not like there's Brood Lords or Corruptors for him to worry about.
Yeah.
But oh, this Widow Mine looking to do a little more damage. And Snuff, I gotta say, still only just now catching up in workers. 3rd base coming down at the time being, but he can't afford to mine. Look at this.
Widow Mine nearly taking 3 of STC's home Marines. But, as you stated, the mining right now, look at the economy.
It's non-existent. It's 1 base mining at the moment. He's got a lot of drones, but he can't mine. Oh no, does bait that out with 1 low drone. I love that choice.
And the medevac might actually go down too. No, unfortunately, injecting the wrong moment.
Yes,
if there
TC.
ever is a wrong moment to inject.
You know, we were kind of joking before the series started about how Terran players are moving away from Widow Mines. I'm really glad the STC has not, though. And these poor Overlords trying to race home, but without that speed, without that pneumatized Carapace, man. So slow.
Unfortunately, the Widow Mine will actually be cleaned up in the natural as enough, but all these Overlords, man. The Viking up to 3 kills already. He will get a 4th. The Queen is not in a position to defend against this, and it does have to inject as well. Spore Crawler is still far
This will
removed.
actually supply block him.
Yeah.
Oh no, another Overlord out on Rally.
Take Overlords right now.
He's got another Overlord out on Rally. He might lose another one, Panda, if not careful. But Snuff gonna come in with a Zergling, scouting for Widow Mine. Some great control usage here out of our Zerg player.
Oh. 3 are actually lifted up right now. Looking to transition into his 3rd base, which he is now moving over. Finally having completed.
I
first
feel
one did get canceled.
I feel so much damage has been done this game, and it's just not. I don't see Snuff, like, there's no drops, right? Like, Snuff can't just Nidus his way in and do a bunch of harass to make up the losses from early on. Whoosh, whoosh, goes the sliding corpses. I kind of feel like his only chance to do anything is maybe get risky and take some extra bases to get himself back into this, because right now, playing defensive, he's going to find himself in the exact same situation as last game, but with the caveat of being he's already behind.
Yeah. We're so far behind, too. Despite the fact that he now has a worker lead, a pretty substantial one at that, this is at the cost of having no units on the field. I mean, he's just getting a Baneling Nest up now, upgrades starting for the first time. The STC has 2-2. He's already stim completed. Combat Chills is on the way. Double Widow Mine production at a time. once he gets Widowmine production out on a consistent basis, or a medevac...
Well, numbers-wise, I mean, look at this. With 24 Marines on the field and only 5 Queens to defend, like, what can you do if a Doom drop comes down on your main right now? There's no Banelings, there's no Zerglings. It's going to take forever to get anything up here to defend.
Absolutely. Taking additional guys just at the moment does look like he wants to commit to meterless pressure as the layer is completing, but this push from the STC is very, very potent, despite the creep spread that Snuff has at his disposal.
He also confirms that there's no 4th base down for Snuff as well, something you would expect him to have at this point. But oh no, these Queens are actually going to get completely picked off by these Marines. One does narrowly escape, Baneling's on the way, but oh, they're so close to completing. No speed on them will make them very, well, quite frankly, impossible to connect to STC with. We saw splits last game versus speed on the Banelings. Sport Caller going down, so no detection left for that Widowmine, and oh, some beautiful splits coming out. Widowmine's still on the field, I believe, underneath that medevac.
Yeah, and he has another one behind the Marines as well. The STC not opting to engage there.
Killing a lot of his own units with that Widowmine, sadly. Here comes the Overseer. We'll clean up these Widowmines, and Snuff finally catching a break this game, Panda.
Yeah, except the continued rally of the STC's units is too much for the reinforcements of his opponent to take.
Well, I didn't say it was a very long break.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the correct choice here out of Snuff Bomb. I mean, Mutalisks, Banelings, speed on the way, but it's just it's all so delayed. You know, it's at this point, what can you do? Widowmine's causing more splash damage to STC than necessary, but still coming out ahead with so many Marines.
It seems like this will be the end of Snuff. There we go.
GG.
As coL takes a 1-0 lead in this series, the STC advancing to